If you're on the lookout for a great new show to help teach you about business, check out The Hustle Daily Show, brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business builders. The Hustle Daily Show is your daily dose of business, tech, news, and original stories to keep you in the loop on what's trending in business. Just like here, it's a daily podcast on which their team of writers break down the biggest business headlines in 10 minutes or less and explain why you should care about them. They'll also do deep dives on topics like a man who won the lottery 14 times and why it's nearly impossible to buy an original Bob Ross painting. I checked out a few episodes of The Hustle Daily Show, and to me, it was quick, educational, and feels like the perfect show to pair with OWD. So search for The Hustle Daily Show in your favorite podcast app, like the one you're using right now. You'll be glad you did. This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1191, What Are Some Drawbacks of Working From Home? By Laurie Sepulveda of WomenWhoMoney.com. And I'm Dan, I am your host, and I'm here with you every single day to help you optimize your business life in these nice 5 to 10 minute segments. So I'm going to keep this intro nice and short for you on this Thursday, and let's get to it and optimize your life. What are some drawbacks of working from home? By Laurie Sepulveda of WomenWhoMoney.com. The dream of working from home. The freedom, the flexibility, the ability to work in your pajamas. What's not to love? Increasingly, more Americans are working all or at least part of the work week remotely. Working from home makes life easier for many people. You eliminate your commute, reduce the need for a separate work wardrobe, and you spend less on gas, clothes, and dining out. But there are some disadvantages to setting up your office in the spare bedroom. Drawbacks of working from home and what to do about them. Before you decide to make that switch and become a 100% remote worker, it's important to think through how working from home can impact you and your entire family. While it can be great, consider these drawbacks before committing to it full-time. 1. It gets lonely. Gone are the impromptu coffee breaks with colleagues, afternoon walks around the building, or lunches out. When working remotely, your access to coworkers is drastically reduced. While this may improve your productivity as it decreases interruptions, it can also make for monotonous days. Some ways to combat your increased isolation include scheduling lunch dates with colleagues or friends, joining social groups like book clubs or supper clubs, taking one day a week to work in a public space like a coffee shop, or by utilizing a co-working space. 2. You still need childcare. Many people assume that when you work from home, you eliminate the need for childcare, especially if your kids are older. Unfortunately, when you're working, you can't expect to divide your attention between your job and home duties and hope to be successful at both. If you work from home, it's just as important to plan for childcare as it is if your office was outside the home. While you do have more flexibility when you don't need to drive to an office, you can start work earlier, take an hour or so to check in with the kids after school, then return to work later in the evening. It's imperative to have reliable childcare for your kids, especially your younger kids, when working from home. If you are realistic about the need for childcare and set up appropriate help for your kids, then you'll be able to focus entirely on your work. 3. You need a designated space. If you work from home, you need a home office. While working remotely may reduce many other expenses, you will need to dedicate part of your home as office space. Ideally, this is a space exclusively used for work, which the IRS requires when you write off home office expenses anyway. Everyone in the house should know the area is your office, and it is not to be disturbed for any reason. If others are at home while you're working, make it clear that they are not to disturb you during the workday. When you're working, you're not available to answer questions, find lost socks, or otherwise problem solve for your family. 4. Boundaries are essential. One of the benefits of a home office is that it creates specific boundaries for where you conduct your business at home. It can be too easy to fall into a trap of working around the clock, especially if you're prone to overworking anyway. It's imperative for your mental health and your productivity to set specific work hours and stick to them. If not, you may find yourself answering emails and texts at any time of day, and never giving yourself time to sharpen your saw, which can only happen when you take a mental break from work. Close your laptop, plug in your phone, and close your office door, signaling to yourself and your family that work is over for the day. 5. You feel out of the loop. If you work remotely but other colleagues all report to the office, you may feel slightly out of the loop about things going on in the workplace. You may be left out of informal meetings about projects or even training sessions if remote workers aren't specifically included in everyday office life. You may decide heading to the office 1 or 2 days per week, if possible, helps you feel more connected. Or you may choose to have lunch or regular meetings with colleagues or your boss in person to feel more a part of things at your company. And 6, distractions are everywhere. It might not be your chatty cubicle mate or the throat-clearing coworker down the hall, but the distractions are there. Pets, family members, laundry, a fridge full of food, neighbors, and of course, the internet. To stay productive, try a few of these tips. Take frequent breaks. Reward yourself. Turn off social media. Get some exercise. Feel the pressure. Get out of the house. And put clothes on. If you're careful to think through the possible drawbacks of working from home and make sure to set aside a specific space and schedule, then a remote job can match the dream you've had in your head. The benefits of working remotely, the flexibility, short commute, and expanded wardrobe choices, like sweatpants, are worth navigating the drawbacks of being remote. And if things are difficult at first, just remember, remote workers are happier overall than non-remote workers. So hang in there. You just listened to the post titled, "What are some drawbacks of working from home?" by Laurie Sepulveda of womenwhomoney.com. You want consistency and quality, but you also want variety and freshness. If you run a business, you want it all. With nuts.com, you can get so many different delicious snacks and ingredients and know that they will consistently exceed your expectations. Nuts.com is your one-stop shop for the highest quality foods for business. They offer delicious office snacks, corporate gifts, and wholesale ingredients. And over 50,000 companies choose nuts.com for their business needs, from offices to hotels to restaurants and retail stores. And we've even loved their product as remote workers. Nuts.com has sent us plenty of snacks that keep us energized and focused so we can deliver the best work that we can. Nuts.com makes ordering for your business quick and easy. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new business customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $125 or more at nuts.com/OWD. So go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/OWD. You'll get that free gift and free shipping when you spend $125 or more. That's nuts.com/OWD. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search, but match. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And thank you so much to Laurie, who is a team writer with Women Who Money. And thank you to Amy and Vicky, who are the co-founders of that site. Women Who Money is a website that provides helpful information on a number of topics like personal finance, career, and entrepreneurial issues, so you can confidently manage your money, grow your net worth, improve your overall financial health, and eventually achieve financial independence. To check out more of their content, come visit them online at womenwhomoney.com, where they have great articles, of course, just like this one, but also links to directories and recommendations, plus a glossary and much more. So again, you can find all of that at womenwhomoney.com. Okay, that is going to do it for this edition of Optimal Work Daily, which I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and I will be back again with you tomorrow for the Friday show, and that is where your optimal life awaits.